Hey guys, so I'm gonna be doing my first self VOD review on this channel. Actually, my first review that's gonna be public on this channel. I've done many private reviews that are unlisted that I may make public at some point. I'm not sure. The reason why I didn't have them public is because they're my first reviews, and I wanted to get some practice and repetition in before I started making public ones. So I thought I'd start off with a D.Va review here. I play D.Va a lot. Um, So this wasn't like an insanely close game or anything. We kind of stomped them, especially in the second half. I probably won't show much of our defense. We like basically spawn camped them, but the offense I think was pretty interesting. So I wanted to do a review on that because I think there were some tough challenges that I think some people have trouble facing, and I hope this helps clear some of that stuff up. Just to note, this is the first day of the mid-season patch. So this is like when the armor changes and the tank changes came out, just for like some time reference here. So yeah, let's get right into it. Whenever I play this map on attack, I like playing either D.Va or Winston. I really like being able to get up to the high grounds and like dive if they playing some like hit scan or something. So let's just kind of see what they're rolling out here. So, right off the bat, I see they have a Mauga and a Mercy on the high ground here. So this, I'm not really looking to actually pressure this high ground. Jumping into this is kind of a losing proposition for me. So, I'm kind of content just to move cart. Somehow my Hanzo died to its Mauga here. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. I heard that this Tracer was up on high ground, so I decided to pressure them out real quick, get him to get out. I was hoping to force recall, but they just went across, which is also fine. So yeah, I was pretty content just to sit cart here. I wanted to force this Mauga to low ground, because once I got him to low ground, I would just take the high ground, and then he can't get back up. Like, I can fly, he can. That's kind of why I think D.Va's a good matchup into this. I know a lot of people have struggles against Mauga, so that's kind of why I wanted to post this review specifically. It's because I kind of showed you how to deal with the Mauga. So you see he pops his cardiac overdrive, I think in my opinion a little early. So I just draw back and kite it, you know. I just wait for it to run out. Shooting a Mauga while he has overdrive is a pretty futile endeavor. So I'm kind of just chilling. I was thinking about going to the top left high ground there, but I decided to go to the right. I thought I could get a good angle on like the Ash back here maybe. I look like I got some help from one of my teammates down here, so that Ash got deleted, and I decided to just run in on this res. I wanted to get the one shot like first on the Mercy. It didn't quite work out, but I do manage to kill the Mercy and get out, so it's a good trade for us here. I'm waiting for the overdrive to go down before I go in on this Mauga. And then just kind of pretty routine cleanup from there. So yeah, at this point in the game, I'm thinking maybe their Tracer's coming up on their ultimate. So, you know, if I see a Tracer who I think has ult blink into my backline, I look to try and eat their pulse bomb, obviously. Here I'm trying to trade backlines with the Mauga. The Mauga kind of struggles against squishy targets, so I'm more confident in my ability to run his backline down than I think he can do mine. So that's what I go for, but he does turn around on me, which is fine. I got a little stuck on the ledge there. I'm pretty sure I'd kill that Mercy if I didn't get stuck, but it does happen. I noticed that Ash was up on high ground. I do this sometimes, where it's like, so I see her up there, but I don't really want her to realize I'm gonna dive her, so I kind of like pretend like I'm like kind of ignoring it. I go back, get some resources back, and then prepare to go on the high ground as soon as I'm ready. I really don't need like all my health, I just need a little bit of armor. I'm up and she's down. I guess it's important to note, I wasn't even thinking about this during the game, but with the armor changes, maybe I need to respect Ashe a little bit more because my armor is now so much worse against an Ashe. So notice they shoot this Bob out here, so I'm going to try and stay on the front of cart to kite it. I'm just going to go on this Ashe. I was talking to my my Tracer in comms, so we called out this dive. and took him out. Here I have my bomb. When I'm playing D.Va against Mauga, I kind of like to save bomb for cage and kind of just neutralize his cage pretty effectively. Didn't go great for me, as we'll see, but it often works. So I noticed that Mercy was a little bit low health, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on her, see if I can finish this off. Again, me and the Tracer going, but they pop a rally. This was maybe a mistake on my part. I wanted to run this Ashe down, but I heard the cage get popped. I maybe should have peeled back sooner. But I was really close to getting that kill. I wanted to finish it off, and this was also a mistake on my part. I needed to, I wanted to bomb in his cage and get him, but I needed to wait for Critic Overdrive to run out. You see, it blows up, and then it's like, he's like just running out of it. So I should have waited maybe a second or two longer and would have killed him. So that unfortunately cost me my life here, and not able to get the trade. Bit of a misplay there from me. So, what are we doing here? Well, we're denying the high grounds, constantly diving this Ashe. Do not let them have this space for free. And I noticed they don't get any peel from their backline, so I just go in a second time. Notice my armor starts to deplete, especially once their Ashe is dead, they're all kind of like spray damage, like the Tracer does low damage per pellet, the Mauga does low damage per pellet, so especially when the Ashe is down, my armor is a super valuable resource, so I'm careful to not dip below that threshold. Barely keeping it up. Go back to my Paladin and get some heals. Once I'm back up, I know with armor I'm pretty safe to go in. It's a big pick there. So I was thinking I probably should have done more to try and deny the res, but I was pretty confident that if they did try and go for the res, they'd have not enough heals to sustain and we could just kill everybody else, so I didn't bother. Because denying a res is kind of like trying to boop him off a res is kind of risky, right? Because you either get it or you don't. And if you don't, well then you've kind of you've missed out on damage on other people. Now their Mercy's back to healing, and you're out of position, and you're down your boosters. So I decided to go for a more safe route and just kind of clean up while they're rezzing, and trust that we could kill the Mauga again. Which, they have no supports. Here, you'll notice he's shooting me, so I actually DM him instead of shooting him. It's because he gets so much sustain from shooting and sustain and ult charge that I'm like, well, I almost have my ult, so I don't need this ult charge. My teammates could use the ult charge, so I can let them shoot him, and I can deny his ult charge by just DMing him. So I just let them do the damage, and I go clean up the Ashe, or at least chase him out. I don't remember if I actually get the kill or not, but looks like I probably do. Yeah. D.Va, I try to be pretty relentless with my pressure. DM's probably the strongest defensive ability in the game. You can deny so much damage that it's a little when I go in, I'm a little heal starved. Moira and Illari aren't great at healing while you're in. They're not like an Ana or a Zen who can heal you more sustained when you're in. From either long range or have the Harmony Orb when you're around the corner, but the more, as long as the Moira goes in, sprays me a little bit, I can make it work. So here I was briefly considering throwing my bomb over the wall, but I mean I know it's a bad play. I know I should keep it for something else, but I just really wanted to, but I didn't. I had some discipline. I'm looking to try and get onto this Ana or the Ashe. So I'm kind of trying to maneuver carefully. I like to do this when I fly in on Ana, hold the DM for a second, try and catch the sleep. I didn't get the nade, but this is why I say bomb, is so I could remech in their spawn. Allows me to get out. They also waste Bob for some reason. I don't know if that was a misclick or if they really thought they could kill me with that, but this has been unfortunate. I got too greedy and got stunned by the rally and finished off. So I think this is kind of an important thing to touch on. I really play aggressively as Baby D.Va. I'd rather die or trying to get a quick remech than like playing a really slow attempt for remech and then like maybe getting it, maybe not, because you take yourself out of the fight for so long by doing that. Because your team is very weak when you're Baby D.Va. You basically don't have a tank. You just have a really bad support or a bad DPS basically. So yeah, I know I'm in like some trouble like peeking the Ash or whatever, but I just you know, gotta do what I gotta do. Again, being relentless. We had cold popped, so I was like, you know. This is probably a misplay here. I did not need to use my rockets here. Wasted cooldown. I may have needed that later, so definitely a misplay there. But it's no issue, we clean up. So yeah, that was most of what I wanted to show. I might show a little bit of defense, but like I said, we just spawn held them. It really was not interesting. But I mostly want to talk about how to play around the Mauga. So you saw me like really attempt to not engage with him when he had his cardiac overdrive engaged, because it's such a strong sustainability. So instead you saw me focusing on his backline when he was trying to go in. You know, he needs a tank to shoot at to keep his sustain up, right? So if you remove yourself from the equation, well then he can't really sustain himself that well off of squishies. You know, he doesn't hit them very often. And then once the cardiac overdrive is down, you know, if I picked up a support or maybe a DPS, well then we can hard focus the Mauga. I get right up in his face, shoot my rockets into him, get him low, and then cut off his sustain with my defensive matrix. That's kind of the strategy I go for against Maugas. And I always pick D.Va into Mauga. Sometimes Sigma, but it's pretty much always D.Va. So yeah, I guess I'll go over some brief stuff on offense, but again, there's not much to learn here. I think their team kind of gave up. They were kind of just, I don't know. So I try and force Genji's deflect right away. I don't actually get it, but I do get the dash. I'm always trying to burn Genji's cooldowns so he can't engage on my backline. Let's see. Is there like anything in this? I really like my torp is already like killing everybody, so I was kind of just I was looking for this pylon. I wonder what I was doing there. Normally I'd be up on this high ground. I guess I'm gonna go there now. I didn't spend much time up here because again they weren't really doing that much. They were kind of just messing around. I don't even know why I'm bothering to show you this. There's like nothing in this. Just continuing to be relentless. That's kind of the name of the game. Match up here at the end. Yeah, you know the drill. Not much that I probably even shouldn't have shown any of that. There's like nothing educational. But yeah, I hope this helped kind of illustrate the ways to counter the Mauga. I know he's a menace to some people, so I wanted to get this out quick. Also, this kind of shows a little bit of like the armor interactions. You know how I had to give more care than I was used to the Ashe because of her interactions with the big damage spikes versus the new flat damage reduction on the armor. So yeah, I hope this helped. If you have any questions about playing D.Va or countering Mauga or anything in general, let me know in the comments. And good luck in your future games.